What's up, and welcome to Unspoken Conversations. I'm James Crow, and here we talk about issues and situations that are in plain sight. Things that people hate to talk about, but it needs to be said, from relationships, families, friends, and life. Our goal is to shed light and understanding so that just maybe we can start to rebuild relationships, families, and ultimately, our communities. What's up, guys, and welcome back. In this episode, I want to talk about why. I didn't mean why. How many of you give your kids, small kids, devices as a form of distraction? What I mean by that is, in order for you to cook, clean, drive, or even relax, you can't do that with a kid present. You can't do that with a kid present. You have to have your kid distracted some type of way. How many of you will give your kid a cell phone just to keep them quiet, keep them calm? Give them a tablet, toys, buy them crazy amounts of toys just to keep them calm while you go do your thing, right? Think about that. Do you know what it does to the kid? It makes the kid not want to be around you so much. It makes the kid not need to be around you so much. It takes away the bond between you and the kid. Think about it. If you can give your kid a phone and let them sit there on whatever device it may be, and they can sit there watching a cartoon or a YouTube video or something for an hour, and you sitting right beside them, you see there's no interaction between the two of you. You have to say something to your child in order to get your child to respond back to you because they're entertained by something else. 5 years out, 8 and 10 years out, what happens to this child? You are no longer the center of their attention. There's no bond between you and this kid. And for what? Because you've given them something to focus on, whatever that may be. So when you riding in a car and you taking your kid to daycare, I ain't talking about no 15-year-old kid. I'm talking about a small kid. Let's say 3 to say 10, right? When you taking your kid to daycare, you taking your kid to school, if they got a device in their hand and they paying attention to what's on that phone, you ain't even having a conversation with your fucking kid. Your kid ain't having no conversation with you. Your kid is literally doing whatever they doing on their phone. Do you even give a damn what they doing on their phone? Let's say you tracking what they doing on that phone. There still ain't no communication between you and the kid. The kid's in the back seat, you in the front seat, checking your phone every once in a while, driving, you doing your own thing. They in the back seat doing their own thing. What type of communication do you have with your kid? Absolutely none. Because this device has put a barrier between you and them. So there's no building together. And there's no wonder when a kid reaches a certain age, now when a kid reaches a certain age, they lock themselves in a room and they don't talk to the parents. They'll come in the house, go straight to their fucking room, and they'll leave the house and walk straight past the parents and leave. No hi, no bye, no hey mom, hey dad, no I love you, what you been up to? No, none of that shit. They've literally become a hostage to their fucking devices. And who started that? Who opened that fucking door? They didn't buy the device. At 3 years old, that kid didn't buy the device. Even if the kid was like, Mommy, I want your phone. Mommy, I want Daddy, I want your phone. I want your phone. Who gave him the fucking phone? Why did you give him the phone? It was a distraction so that you can do whatever you wanted to do. It wasn't so the kid can see what YouTube looks like, what a Baby Shark video looks like. That's not what you did it for. You did it as a distraction so they can get the fuck out of your face. And I understand it. I understand it. I've done it too. But when I realized that my kid no longer wanted to be around me, my kid wanted to go do this and go do that and be on their phone and looking, man, fuck that phone. Fuck that phone. I'd rather have a conversation with my kid. I'd rather talk to him. I'd rather do a video with my kid, mess around and do stuff together with my kid. I would rather do that. When I'm annoyed, yeah, I might make her go sit down for a minute, let me get my thoughts and shit together. But not to the point to where I'm just going to tell her to go have fun in her room for the next 4 hours on her phone or watching YouTube on her TV or something. Nah, I don't want that. I want my kid I want my kid to be able to talk to me, communicate with me. Fuck the trinkets. You get what I'm saying? So think about that. When you give your kids devices, what is it really for? You ain't give. Excuse me. You don't give your kid a tablet so that your kid can play with a tablet in a means of having fun. That's not what you're doing. You are distracting them so that you can do what you want to do. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it, right? It's kind of fucked up we do this shit. This is one of our only ways to actually have some peace and have our own life is to distract our kids. But look at this bullshit. How was it 30 years ago, 20 years ago, when there wasn't no devices? What do we have to do with our kids? We literally had to play with them. We literally had to get down on the floor and play little Hot Wheels cars with our kids. We literally had to get down there and play Barbies with our little daughters and shit. We literally had to play with these kids, you know what I'm saying? Our sisters and all that. We had to do all these things. There was no devices. There was no just sitting up behind a TV screen held in your hand. There was no none of that. There was no none of that. But that's the reason the kids' attention span now is way different from what it used to be way back then. That's the reason their attention span is different. That's the reason there's more ADD now than it was way back then. This shit's horrible now. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why there's more anxiety attacks and more fucking depression now, because motherfuckers is hostages to their fucking things. They're hostages to their fucking devices. I get it. I understand it, but it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. You know what I mean? I don't really have friends, or my friends. I have a lot of friends. No, all your friends is fucking behind that screen. They ain't your real friends. When was the last time one of them came and actually sat on the edge of the bed with you when you was crying? You get what I'm saying? When you have those conversations with your kids, what does your kids say as they've gotten older? What do they say? Mom, I really got real friends. Dad, I really got real friends. These people been around me my whole life. Have they? You got a 25-year-old kid, right? Has their friends been around their whole life? Or have these friends only been communicating them through online their whole life? Your kids think one thing, but it's because the mentality now is different from then. We understand, as the older people, we understand the friends we had way back then, if they still in our life, we didn't have these friends through no fucking online shit. It wasn't through no fucking phone. So when our friends wasn't around, we felt some kind of way because our friends wasn't around. We wasn't talking to them. Was we really friends? But nowadays, the friends that people have online, these devices, these people think these kids thinking they real friends, right? And the moment some shit pops off online, their butt hurt and ass hurt because they realize these motherfuckers was never friends, but you was calling them friends. This whole time you've been calling these motherfuckers friends. They wasn't your fucking friends. These was online people that you deal with online. That's it. That's all it is. They don't have a reason to not hurt you. They don't have a reason to be your real friend. They don't know you. You know what I'm saying? If these motherfuckers, you know what? I don't want to go on a tangent, but what I'm saying is the mentality of an older kid that stem from devices always in their face, it changes that individual. It changes that individual. And it don't shoot the messenger, but really look at them. Look at this generation of kids now. Look at the 25, I say the 20 to 27-year-olds right now. Look at them. Look at how they think. Look at what they do. Look where they at. They always online. Always online. It's the world that they grew up in. It's what they know. Their decisions based on shit that they've seen online. Look at the people in their late 30s and into their late 40s. They don't live that online shit. They don't. And the ones that do have converted and they changed, and they looking for attention. But we're not talking about them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the little kids who have a device and they fucking crammed in their face from a small age, and then they turn into these 20-year-old, 27-year-olds, and they just got a fucked up mentality because they had devices in their face the whole time. Attention span fucked up. They can't think straight. Anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Just weird shit. All because these fucking devices was crammed in their face from a young age. Do I think it's cool? Yeah, I think it's I don't mean cool. I think it can be a tool given to the right kid at the right time. But do I think a kid should have a phone at all times? Hell fucking no. Do I think a kid should have YouTube on their phone? Nope. I don't think they should. I think they should use it as a tool when they want to learn something, but I don't think they should have access to it on their phone. I'd be mad as hell every time I see my daughter listening to YouTube. I'm like, damn, a YouTube, turn that shit off or I take your phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't like them just because the videos that she's watching is just, I'm hearing cussing, I'm hearing these negative, I'm hearing these talking about divorce and talking about, why do I want my 10-year-old kid listening to this shit from a motherfucker online? That's not cool. That's not how it's supposed to be. But if you're not monitoring it, what is your kid taking in? The shit that they're seeing every day on a device. Same access I have to the open world my 10-year-old has to the open world. That's not how that's supposed to be. Why you think these kids are so fucked up so early in their life? They've been seeing dumb shit from a fucking young age. Fucking with online shit. So if you get, bringing it back, if you're giving your kids devices as a form of a distraction, think about what you're really doing. Thinking about how you're breaking away the relationship between you and this kid, right? Or kids, if there's numerous kids. If this kid has a tablet, this one has a phone but don't have a tablet yet, and this one has a laptop because this is mom's old laptop, and the other one has a gaming PC, and the other one has a fucking PS5. What the fuck is really going on? What's really going on? What's really going on is now mom can go do whatever the fuck she want to do. Dad can go do whatever the fuck he want to do because he ain't got 5 kids crammed up his ass. Ask dad, mommy, what are we gonna eat? I'm hungry too. Mom, I want McDonald's. Mom, I want KFC. I don't want McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? As a form of a distraction, we give our kid devices. We want them to be happy. We don't really want these motherfuckers to be happy. We want them out of our fucking face. That's really what it is. And I know some of y'all gonna come for me. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all gonna come. I get it. Come for me all you want. But you can't you can't turn this into a lie. You can't turn it into a lie. It's what it is. Look at the kids. Look at your kids. Look at your neighbor's kids. Look at all these 20-year-olds and how they 20-plus-year-olds, damn near 30s, fucked up. Look how they think. Who do you know in their 40s thinking like that? Late 40s thinking like that. I came from the age of the very first Nintendo and Atari. I know what that shit is. You know what I'm saying? I know what that shit is. And even me, I ain't been no gamer my whole life. But if the people that I know who is been a gamer their whole life, who's around my age, they live a slightly different life. But when I say slightly different, I don't mean they come home and they go right into their game. That's not what I mean. What I mean is they still got this type of mentality, but they have that almost that need to be able to talk shit online and to be online, to be able to communicate with people online. There's something different there between me and them. You get what I'm saying? That's just because of these devices. When you get tuned into a device for too long, you start fucking with brain waves and you start you know what? Let me get off of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get off of that. But yeah, really think about that. Think about the devices that you give your kids. Think about what you're really doing to them. Are you really helping your kid, or are you really trying to get a break? Are you distancing yourself from your kid and putting trinkets in between you and your kid as a form of, getting them to stay off your back a little bit? Is that really what it is? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong to you, I'm wrong to you. But put some thought into it. And if you think that I'm wrong, make sure that you know for a fact that I'm wrong. Don't just think it. Think about it long enough to say, oh, maybe he's on to something. Or he's full of shit. If you feel like I'm full of shit, now you're going to stand on it, yo, have a good life. Hopefully your kids don't hate you before they get too old. You know what I mean? But until next time, have a good night. They are so full of the cap, man.